Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of the market updates, right? So in this episode, we're going to look at the performance of the US market for this week of the 5th of August, right, to the 9th of August 2024. Okay, so you can see here, I have the SPY chart pulled up, right? So for those who are new here, this SPY ETF represents the S&P 500. Okay, and I have here on a daily chart, right? So the last 5 candles, right? This one represents the performance of the market in the last 5 days, right? So interestingly, okay, if you guys recall that we had this market update right on Monday itself. So we said that the market has actually they actually seen a very large pullback on Monday, right? So during the pre-market on Monday, right, that is before the market actually opened on Monday itself, there was a very sharp pullback. Okay, because of the investors are feeling more jittery, right, because of last week's economic data and so on, and feeling a bit pessimistic, right? So there was a very sharp pullback at the start. So you can see here immediately the market opened, right? This was actually about more than 10% down, right, from Friday's close. But interestingly, right, as you can see from this pattern here, the market has actually been on a very bullish trend, right, for this past week, right? Except this Wednesday's candle, right? It closed in the red. But if you just track across the week, right, the SPY was opened at around 510, and it managed to close at about 534, right? And this was actually almost at the previous week's close. So you can see that within one week itself, right, on Monday it has actually dumped quite aggressively, and then after that, throughout the week, it has been rising steadily, almost recover throughout everything that he has lost on Monday itself. Okay, so quite exciting. So if you look at just Friday's performance, if we pull up the 15-minute chart, so we can see that on Friday, right, the market was mostly on an upward trend and nothing much. Right? I would say in the first few hours, it was mostly up and down, bouncing around the VWAP. But subsequently here, right, I think around midday itself, so we have the SPY starting to push up, right, from 530 all the way to a high of 534. And the 5 EMA, represented by the green curve here, managed to go up above the 20 EMA, right, which is the yellow line. So it's a bullish trend, right, crossover. And subsequently, right, all the candles, they see a support at the 20 EMA, right? So it was pretty much unable to push below. So quite a strong support here. And VWAP, of course, once it has pushed above the VWAP, right, it didn't actually come back down for that matter. Okay, so over here, this is quite exciting. Then if you were to look at the QQQ, which represents the tech sector, right, we can see that more or less it's actually roughly quite the same trend, quite bumpy here, right, in the first 1-2 hours, and then going up and going down, no clear trend. Subsequently, it managed to push up. So this was around the time that SPY also pushed up nicely. So you can see that the uptrend carried on for about an hour plus, right, before it started to come down again. But it didn't retrace all the way back, right, to the lows of about 44 something or even 445, 446, right. But rather it stayed quite high, right, almost around 450. Okay, so if you look at this heat map of the sector, we can see that for most of the stocks, right, they actually closed in the green for yesterday. Okay, so this is FinVis, which shows us the heat map. So green shows that the stock actually closed in the green for the day, and red shows that it actually closed lower for the day. Okay, so the major stocks like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Tesla, and so on, right, they have actually managed to close green or up, close higher for the day, right? Then our Nvidia actually went down for the day itself, although quite slightly, right? Generally across the board, it's mostly green, although we still have some sectors with some stocks that close in the red. Okay, so pretty exciting for this week, right? So for next week itself, we're coming on to the second week of August, right? And it is going to be closer to the FOMC that's happening in September. Okay, so let's see how the markets will perform in the coming week ahead, right? So that's it for the market update. I will see you guys in the next week.